Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Tea Time. This is the third episode, and I'm your host, Young Keat, where I talk about everything and anything that I really want to while playing this little game on Roblox. Let's get started, shall we? Um, let's see. I wanted to. I planned to talk about like books, but like honestly, I kind of don't read many. I remember from childhood, I used to enjoy a series of this was like a really Midwest, not Midwest. This is like a really southern book. I think would probably only be popular in the southern states due to like relatability. But it was called Hank the Cowdog, and there were multiple books of it. They were all like short, like 50-page reads, and it was mostly about just like this dog, cow dog, cow who like or dog who uh, a dog who wrestles cows, just going on random adventures. And honestly, the weirdest thing is I don't remember many of them. I read a lot of them. Bro, I don't want to die. Hmm. What an interesting. I don't know how old that person is. But yeah, okay. I got completely derailed from my topic after hearing that person or listening to that person for a second there. Yeah. Anyways, Hank the Cowdog books. Yeah, I don't remember many of them. Ironically, I read most of them. I might lower the volume on this for a little bit. Give me a second. Oh, it's that. I didn't even playing. Hold on. Okay. I guess that's fine. It should probably be a little louder, actually. Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, but okay. I keep on getting distracted. It's a process. It'll take some time. I'll get warmed up and we'll be all fine. Oh, goodbye. Don't know who that is. Ignore that. Yeah. Anyways, I just don't remember many of the books of Hank the Cowdog, like the ones that I read. I think there might have been one where there was like a ghost in the barn, which I of course don't remember much of. Memories are strange because I earnestly don't remember much of my younger childhood. There's like notable memories that I have, but other than that, not much. I guess there just wasn't much I wanted to remember, if that makes sense. I do have a rather particular memory of a time where I was in a sort of those houses that like are like one big long line, but they're not trailer houses. Thing like that. I lived in two of those in my life. I actually have a few bit of stories from those houses. Interesting, maybe. Enticing or inclusive, not really, but like they're stories of me. I guess I'll start with the first one. Back when I used to live there, well, I have three actually. I think, yeah, back when I used to live there, yeah, we used to have like a little Chihuahua, right? And that dog used to scare me a lot. I don't know why. Honestly, it was just a tiny dog. But I was just a kid back then. I think something like that really just messed with me. But anyways, I remember one day it like had like puppies, right? Because it was a girl dog. It was a girl Chihuahua. If I could remember its name, I think its name is Nina. Though don't quote me on that. Um, yeah. So girl dog named Nina who had puppies. And at first, it was cool, right? Because cool. This thing's got like little demon children spawn, you know? How wonderful. I say with that little hint of sarcasm. But what really started to become the problem was when she got protective of them. See, whenever I came back home from like baseball practice one day, uh, I know I do remember how this happened actually. I was trying to pet one of the baby dogs or one of the puppies, and the Chihuahua did not like that. The mama Chihuahua did not like that. So, anyways, from what I remember getting chased all around the house for like a good solid few minutes, and that was like the worst experience I've ever had with dogs. Which is weird because I don't mind dogs. Like I don't exactly like them anymore. I've just been near a lot of dogs, rescue dogs and whatnot. After that, nothing really notable with dogs happened to me. Um, here's a second. Well, I guess there's a little like offshoot thing. We used to have a old rundown like navy blue van, and I don't know why or how this happened, but one day, um, there was just a wasp hive in there. I don't know how it happened. Honestly, I don't remember what we even did with that van. We probably just sold it off. I don't know if the wasps like died or something. But I don't remember too much about that van. I just don't remember too much about that van besides the fact that it just had like a wasp nest in it one time. Never saw it since. Ever since we left that house, we I never saw it. So maybe I don't know. Maybe the wasps took it out for a test drive and never came back with it. I could, I guess that could be it. I guess the third last memory that I have for it was not really related to the house at all, but it was really related to myself. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by this kid here. It's so funny. If you get on top of it, you're basically invincible to the teapot. Dies to while on top of there to the teapot. So good, so good. It's like a kid thinking if they're like on top of something, they're not gonna like get hit by it. They can't get like hit by anybody, and they're on like top of the world basically. It reminds me of that. Very funny. It's very cute. But anyways, yeah, this third story or third little memory doesn't really involve the house that I lived in at the time, but it happened while I was living there. So I guess I'm just like piling it with it. So my house was, besides being a really long like vertical piece of thing, like vertical or very long horizontal house. It also was by some partner, like apartments. And I remember one day, I don't remember why, I ran away from home, which of course very dangerous looking back at it. But I'm alive right now, so I think we turned out fine. I think we're all right. Anyways, I remember distinctly how I like just left. So these apartments were like guarded by wooden fences, and of course you have to live spaces in the wooden fence, or else or you have to live like the little things that keep water like from flooding your streets. Granted, there's probably like an open thing there where you could just like walk through, but I didn't go through there. I just remember I went under the gates that help control flood water, or like under the it's little like openings from curbs that like allow water from like rain storms to go through. I remember going through that to like under the wood fence, and I to be honest, I earnestly didn't know what was past the fence. I think. Give me a second. Hold on. I earnestly didn't know what was past the fence. I just knew that I kind of wanted to go over there. So in a way, this really wasn't me running away from home, as more as me just like exploring. As more it was like just me exploring, just enjoying my time as a kid, you know, type shit. Water. So, anyways, as I was exploring this place, I saw a bunch of cars parked next to the apartment, of course, which is pretty standard. So I decided to head there, and I decided to walk up a specific I think specifically 2 flights of stairs, and I don't remember the number that I went to. It might have been 208, maybe 204. Can't exactly remember the details of it, but I saw the door. This is a very bad idea, but it's very funny in hindsight what I asked and did. I decided to ring the doorbell because it had one. I think I rang it like once, maybe twice. I don't know. And two ladies in their college years opened the door. And I think my first question was, "Do you guys have macaroni and cheese?" Because as a kid, I fucking loved macaroni and cheese. And they did. Of course they called the police too. Police came. I was eating my Cars mac and cheese, probably Cars 2 or just Cars in general. I was not getting out of that alive. And my parents, ended up picking me up. I don't think I got scolded. No, I think I probably got lectured a little bit. I didn't get scolded, but I got lectured on how I shouldn't do that. But the weirdest thing is about this is my mom does not remember this happening. And neither do my sisters. Or yeah, neither do my sisters. Which is kind of crazy. Because I remember this so vividly. I don't believe this was a dream. I don't believe it was. It could have been, but I so heavily doubt it. Let me turn this music back down. I had it at like a perfect amount. That's not good. There we go. That's pretty reasonable. I'm getting spawn camped. I'm getting spawn. Dude, it almost did it to me again. speaking of, I guess I'll talk about dreams too while I'm here, and maybe some of my most memorable ones. Because besides the those us incidents, all the houses that I've lived in have not had, I don't think, as crazy, like as in, I don't have that many crazy like stories from them. I'm just I'm more of a stay at home guy now, you know. Besides going to work, of course, but yeah. Let me talk about dreams then. There is one dream that I had which was really weird, right? That one, well, it actually wasn't weird. It was fucking terrifying. One day, I, I fell asleep, right? And I ended up in a white void with that same blue van, right? Strange, right? My family was in it, like probably just talking. I didn't know what they were talking about, but from on my left side of my vision, I saw a shadowy figure with a scythe. And I think this was like during my teen years. Not like my teen years, but like when I was like 13 through like 15. I saw this guy, I was like, oh shit, this guy is no good. So, me being the smart person that I am in the dream, I decided to run towards the guy to stop him. And, I was running. I was making distance. I was not like infinitely running and just like not getting close at all. And as soon as I got to the shadowed figure with the scythe, I woke up from the dream with this is like the most interesting part, I think, with like really heavy chest pain. It didn't feel like I was having a heart attack. Well, uh, I've never had a heart attack, so I guess I never know what a heart attack feels like, but it was just really heavy chest pain. And honestly, that dream got me so bad that I started like looking around and seeing if anything like happened. But no, everyone was completely fine. Nothing bad happened. And that was at the end of it. Oh, I do have another interesting story from one of the other houses that I've lived in. This one is a brutal one. It's actually how I got like a scar on my right like forehead, like the right part of my forehead, which is like it's like a little line similar to like Harry Potter, I guess, but if it was like 10 times lamer. Well, no, actually Harry Potter in general is just kind of lame these days. No, okay, yeah. It was like a Harry Potter scar. It feels like 10 times cooler. So the way this one happened was, it was a normal day. I was being a dumbass kid, up to mischief and nothing good. So I was jumping on my mom's bed. Yeah, you're having fun. You know, just jumping. It's jumping, boing, boing, boing. Uh, I did an oopsie. I don't know how this happened, but I jumped and couldn't control where I was going. So I jumped straight head first into a dresser. And man, that was bloody. That was bad. Like I think I remember my vision being all red, and I remember my grandpa like coming in and taking me to the hospital basically immediately. Well, of course, I'm alive, thankfully. Yeah, that's how I got like a scar on my right part of my forehead, top right of my forehead. The biggest shame about that though, once I start balding, which I know I probably am, I'll probably just like shave all my hair off. Whatever. Cares about it. Uh, it's that's still gonna be there. It still is there. You know. That's gonna suck. Yeah. It's an interesting like uh conversation starter. You want to know how I got these scars? My father used to used to play no more monkeys jumping on the bed. I was a monkey who jumped on the bed. He didn't like that. Not one bit. And you want to know what he did to me? He turned me into the one who fell off and bumped his head. Oh, but okay. Anyways. That's that story. I could talk about another dream that I had. This one is ironically pretty similar to the other one that I was talking about. Same blue van. I don't know what this blue van meant to me, but I was inside the blue van with my family. Same white void, I think. But here's the twist. My family was rotting. Like decaying and turning into maggots. Like so was the van itself. Like this this navy blue van was somehow rotting and turning into maggots. Like what does that even mean? What do you even get from that, right? You just like say, oh yeah. Sorry, yawn. Yep, I guess everything's rotting now. Joy. Or you just say like, wow, this is fucking awful, dude. I guess you could do the latter. Like, pretty easy to just say that. But anyways, I don't remember how exactly this dream ended. All I know is that it ended, and not that there was no chest pain. I was just sweating like profusely. I say profusely. I was just sweating a lot because I was really worried. I checked, seeing that everyone was there, and they were. I didn't like wake them up, of course, but like they were alive and not maggot, you know. Thankfully. But I think those are the two scariest dreams I've had. Well, that I can remember from like so vividly, anyways. Let me talk. Oh yeah. Hold on. I think. Do I even have anything? I don't know if I have anything interesting from my other house that I've lived in. My second house that I've lived in. Um. I guess there was a time that my grandpa accidentally like touched like burnt me with a cigarette butt, but that was like completely on accident. I don't remember that one. Oh, hold on, no. I do remember. There's this one story about beer. So, if you don't know, which most people probably don't, I am a rather straight laced person. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I don't do weed. I think it's mainly because thanks to my grandpa. So when I was really young and grandpa was just like, drinking around, just, drinking on I think a weekend probably. I was at the fridge in the kitchen and he walked up to me and said, like with a beer in his hand, he said, "Hey, you want a sip?" I was like, "Sure, why not?" I tasted it. It tasted like so shit. It tasted like how motor like oil smells, you know? It was so bad that I instantly like spat it out on the ground. I was like, dude, what the fuck? And he was of course laughing, but I think at the end of the day it helped me uh not drink. Because anytime I think of a drink, I think of that time that he gave me that. Sorry, like 9:09 where I'm at right now. Yeah. Anyways, anytime I think of drinking, I think of that time he gave me that shitty fucking Bud Light sip, and I fucking hated it. So I guess where I that's where I got my straight laced like ideals from, I guess. So I guess I got him to thank that for. Maybe. Uh, I can't say for sure about that one. The jury's still out. I'm honestly curious as to what I should maybe do for the next like maybe I should play like another game. Maybe I should stream. I've got a 3-day weekend, so maybe I'll like plan a stream tomorrow. Maybe I'll stream like Deltarune Chapter 4 and 5 and a double whammy thing, you know? Because I still haven't got that secret shard from Chapter 4. So I'm kind of still looking for it. I'm curious about the secret boss. I've no clue about it, but I'm just curious about it, you know? Uh, I'm trying to think of another dream that I've had before, but I can't really. I'm coming up with nothing right now. Maybe that's just the limit. I was sitting with like a shrimp posture. Shit felt awful. Anyways, I'm just trying to think. Trying to think. You know, I was reading The Stranger by Albert Camus, and I didn't finish it. Don't know why. Yeah, I just lost the drive to complete it. I don't know. It's tough, right? I don't know why, but I feel like reading a book physically is like 10 times harder than reading it like digitally, if that makes sense. I just cannot keep like a physical book in my hand anymore and like just read. I don't know if that's damn it. I don't know if that's like a major issue for like a lot of people these days or not, but it's a big issue for me. I don't know how to fix it. Question mark. Holy shit. Yeah, I'm a fucking yawner, bro. I don't know. Maybe I should end this one early. Maybe make this like a shorter one than the other ones. Maybe I'll make it just like a quick 35 minutes for this one, right? That might be fine. That might be fine. Um, let's see. Let me try to think. There's well, I say I don't have trouble reading books. I just I say I have trouble reading books, but I have some that are just sitting there just waiting to be read. Granted, most of them are like human anatomy based, so I can, do better on my drawing. Oh yeah, yeah. Hold on. I guess I could talk about drawing. I need to get into art fight. I've heard that July is the month that art fight starts, and I know there's like three teams: mystery, comedy, and tragedy. I need to figure out a way, like something to make for art fight. I don't know. Maybe I could just make whatever I want. Hmm. You never know. I don't know. If anyone's like playing art fight and like somehow watches this video to this point, please do tell me what your art fight, like what you chose, what team you chose for art fight, because I'm very curious about that. I don't know. Maybe I'll get something set up. The problem is, on weekdays, I get like 4 hours to do what I need to do, and that usually just gets eaten up most of the time by my gym like time. So I think I take too. I closed my eyes and I disappeared. That's the job. Oh, somebody joined. Dude, I'm yawning so fucking much. Holy shit. Okay. I'm not ending it. Maybe I'll end it like in a moment. What was I gonna say? I got completely distracted by my yawn, dude. Oh my god. I don't remember. I don't remember. Um. Yeah, I don't remember. Confirmar. Confirm. Good game. Dude, so shit, dude. Why would you make this? It's so pointless. Just get back, like, just release chat restrictions for everybody. So funny. Yep. I count this as a nice place to end it off. Hit a double, like, clear in a row. I don't really have too much to talk about at this point. Um, Born this suerte. Good luck. Um, Where's the thank you button? Yeah, sure. Yeah. Anyways, I don't have much else to say. I'll end the episode here. A short one, but what do you expect whenever you get in proper sleep? Anyways, with that, the cafe now closes.